I didn't enunciate the T.
Yeah.
I lost that in 1776. Thank you for chuckling.
I hate you.
Wow.
Yeah. He did.
As long as one person laughs, I don't care.
he totally. Chaotically Nerdy is made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults for adults and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
And me, Ethan.
And me, Ashley.
Oh, hi, Ashley.
Oh, hi, Ethan.
What are you doing?
Hi, Jarrett.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Oh, this week we're going to talk about Dune Prophecy.
And a little bit about the video game, too.
I guess I didn't. I know he talked about it like 3 seconds ago, but my brain didn't register that it was a video game.
Got it.
The Dune Awakening. They put out their little demo for the character creator. It seems to be a trend that's starting up where they're doing their extensive character creator before the game releases.
Like Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma did it, and now Dune Prophecy or
Is that the
Awakening
one
has.
you made? You made one the other day.
That was the one that that was his.
Gotcha.
That was the Dune
Yeah.
Prophecy one. That was
made
the one
a-
that he was making.
I made a Harkonnen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let's just hop right into it. I got to skip around. Notable actors.
Travis Fimmel.
Yeah.
Mark Strong.
Yes.
Mark Strong's good.
I actually
really
recognize
like
Mark Strong. Holy shit. It's a name that I know.
The
Strong.
She's strong.
the Harkonnen woman.
The Reverend Mother.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I thought she did well.
Lydia, but that didn't sound right. I don't know why. Just the name that came to my Lydia.
What?
Harkin.
Lydia?
Yeah, I'm like, that's not right.
I don't think it's Lydia.
It's not.
Yeah, it's all their names are like real names, just slightly changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul.
Oh, except Paul.
I don't know if we actually talked
Your
about this.
father's in
There is a
danger,
reason
Paul.
that Frank Herbert made it like that. He wanted the hero characters to have very simple English names.
Like Paul Atreides.
Their first names. He wanted their first names to be like Paul, Jessica.
Yeah.
Natalie. Shit like that.
Leto is not normal, but like Paul and Jessica are like two of the main characters. He wanted those. Duncan.
Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho.
Very.
Yeah. He wanted them to be very American or / English anglicized, and he made all the
Played
other
by
characters names much more like exotic sounding.
Yeah.
So you would relate more to the normal sounding names.
Your father's in danger, Paul. You need to help.
You need to help.
Harkening back
Valia.
to Cry Wilderness. Your father's in danger, Paul.
If you want any reference to what the fuck that talks about, go listen to our. I'll have to look it up to find out which episode
It's
it
the
is.
episode where we talked about the shitty movies we decided to
Yes,
watch.
but I wanted to look up the title
Oh.
so I could tell people the correct episode. The problem is we've got 32 episodes of
Content between here and there.
probably.
I was
Well,
just-
that-
Baldur's
say,
Gate
horse
alone
shit.
by
I was going to say
itself.
secret level was what I was trying to get out.
That
but
one too.
Secret level.
Secret tunnel.
Do, 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 do.
The title is 3 Terrible Movies Equal 1 Funny Episode.
Yeah,
That's about right.
It's true.
I had a good time with that. We should
It
do it again
was.
sometime.
We should.
We should.
So next point. What holds more truth, history or prophecy?
They're the same.
They are one and the same
Yeah.
to me.
Not necessarily. Depends on
In
who's
the
right.
Dune world, they're-
Who's writing the history?
In the
Prophecy
Dune world,
or history?
Yeah.
Well, history because it's happened. Prophecy is about things that haven't happened
Exactly.
yet.
That will.
yet, but will.
But will.
Well, if you're if you're one of the sisters,
Yeah.
I mean, you just make the prophecy happen. It's a self-fulfilling thing every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said they're the same.
In this
universe, they're the same.
if we're talking about the meaning of the word,
Yeah.
I mean history.
the general
Yeah.
meaning.
I have to fucking think so hard sometimes about what the fuck these things mean.
Do we want to give a primer about what this show's about? Since we did,
Yeah, we should.
because this one's
It's about Dune.
It's about
know what
Dune,
the fuck
but it's like right after this, they had this big war with AI robots,
the fuck.
The thinking machine.
thinking machines.
No, it's got a name. It's the something jihad.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
it is.
I can't
No.
remember what it is called.
Either
Yeah.
way, it's a war with AI robots, and they won. The people,
Yeah.
the humans won.
The humans.
And they started an empire, obviously, because that's what humans do. And
We do be like that.
we do be like that. We really do. We have a problem. And this is about
a fucking winning problem.
This is about
If
what,
you ain't
the
first, you're
first
last,
emperor?
baby.
this is about the first emperor and his line of succession for the
I don't
most
think
part.
he's not the first.
He's close.
He's
It's
like,
the-
one of the first. I think his dad or his grandfather.
whatever.
Wait.
It's the
Yeah.
first, second, or third, or
It's
something
at the
like that.
beginning
It's
of
at the
this
very beginning.
empire.
And there's a
Yeah, it's still very
basically there's basically a problem with the succession because the emperor is weak-willed.
Yeah.
Is essentially that's where the story starts at.
Okay, I have a question for you guys who are Dune nerds. In comparison to the books, does Dune prophecy take place before or after the books?
10,000 years before before the books.
Gotcha.
The
Okay.
books do have
That
some
was a
stuff
question I had
Yeah.
on here.
I don't know if I feel like
the
they
books
did.
do have some stuff that happens before. I haven't read any of those. I think I read the first 2 books. I don't remember. It's been so long.
Keep reading my things that I write down.
But
Yeah.
I think it does have some stuff that happens before the time of Paul Atreides, but I don't think it goes back quite this far.
No.
I don't know that for sure.
There's a
so.
set of books written by Frank Herbert's son, by is it Brian? Something I don't know. Like in the
Paul.
late 90s, early 2000s. That is it Butler? The Butler in Jihad? That sounds right. I don't know why.
Maybe.
That describes the war between humans and thinking machines, and then kind of describes some of the plot of this show. I don't think it's exact one-to-one comparison, but it's kind of like they took bits and pieces that they liked.
Yeah, the other part of the story is the rise of the Harkonnens and
Yes.
the birth of the
Bene Gesserit,
Bene Gesserit
Yeah.
sisterhood.
because right now
It's the
they're.
Butlerian Jihad.
I was right. I was like, I feel like it's Butler something, and I forget why it's called. It's probably somebody named Butler. I'm not sure that started it.
It's Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler, as always.
Yeah, it's always his
As
fault.
always.
Fucking Gerard Butler.
So, next point is that's some magical bullying because she tells her to kill herself. She does.
Oh, I was like, you're gonna have to describe what you mean.
That's why I put notes out next to my notes so I could remember.
So if you haven't watched Dune, and if you have watched Dune, you know about this. But if you haven't watched Dune, then you don't know that they have this weird, like it's if you're doing like
Powers.
D&D, it's like psionic, like mind control ability.
Yeah, it is a genetic, and at least in the later Dune book, is a genetically like selected trait
Yes.
that all the Bene Gesserit have.
Basically, what they could do is they can use a special power through their voice to tell people what to do, and they can do it against their will. They'll force them to do things against their will, like kill themselves.
Yeah, which that is the I looked up. Valia is the first person
user of the voice.
Of the voice.
It definitely,
that is
like,
the first instance of the voice actually being used.
in the show, it kind of seems like
Yes.
that because she's almost shocked, taken aback.
It's
by
not so
what the
much
hell's
mind
going on.
control as it is them controlling their nervous system that controls their body.
Yes.
For an aside, by the way, this entire conversation has spurred a reminder for me at the end for a potential episode that we're going to do in the future. So, for listeners, be aware that there is something that's coming about magical bullying and committing suicide.
Okay.
Well, bullying and committing suicide, not necessarily magical.
What are we doing to Tyler?
Buddy, if nobody's taking
Are we
me out
doing
by
a-
now.
Episode on 13 Reasons Why.
No,
God, I hope not.
That'd be dark.
no, we'll talk about it later.
So, Travis Fimmel just uses his Ragnar voice now. I noticed.
Well, it's just because he doesn't want to sound Australian.
I get that,
think.
but I feel like he could do like if you
No.
go back and you watch Vikings early Ragnar and late Ragnar, two different voices.
He just
Two
did
very
that.
different
He,
people,
he,
too.
he, like developed an accent or a voice across the show.
It's a
He-
certain cadence with
he
the way
got-
he talks.
He got gruffer from the beginning of Vikings to the end.
Probably
Yes.
to help him stay in accent more.
Probably.
That's that's the thing with like accents. You have to like Irish has a certain cadence that helps
Yeah.
you stay in
It's
accent.
very bouncy.
Yes, it's up and down.
By the
There's
way,
a lilt to it.
Travis Fimmel is actually one of very few people that I recognize, and he came onto screen, and I went, "That's fucking Ragnar,"
Yeah.
and you can't convince me otherwise. That's fucking Ragnar.
Yeah, I recognize too. I was like, that's a douchebag.
He is Ragnaring it up in this show.
Yeah, he
yeah,
really is.
he really is.
I then put they're weird for marrying off children, although a lot of shows do
His-
it. I
his-
just think it's weird.
Historically speaking,
it
it
happened.
wasn't uncommon for women.
Just because it's not uncommon doesn't make it less
Well,
weird.
see, what they would do is they would perform marriage ceremonies and then separate the children until
Yeah.
they were old enough.
Yeah, so there are examples of children being married off at the age of 2 and 6, respectively, and they're held separately until they're like 13, 14, 15 time frame, and then they're expected to perform their.
yeah, but this one was like
Sometimes
a 10-year-old and a 18-year-old.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
that
what
she
I
was
was going to say.
18.
It was like
That happens.
Sometimes they would take like a teenage boy and like who's like 17, 18, 19 and marry them to like a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would separate the 6-year-old from him until she was old enough for their time period.
Or in some instances, they would actually bring the princess to wherever she was, or whoever was being married. They would bring that person of note from their foreign land to the country that they're going to reside in and give them the education.
Yeah.
So they technically get to know one another over the long term because, well, they're husband and wife. But there was no expectation for anything conjugal until she was of first menses at a minimum.
So the problem was, and probably the reason why they would be doing it here is because they started having these like these betrothals where they would be promised to be married.
Yeah.
And then they would go off and do whatever the hell they wanted. And then they would, especially the girl, would be held to a high standard of purity, so that they, if she had done anything untoward, it would be off, and so their alliance would have been shattered.
Yeah.
So that's probably what's happening.
I mean, I get that.
Yeah.
I just still think it's weird.
And also, this show is framed less of like a sci-fi show mostly, and more of like a
Drama.
medieval
Yeah.
War
political,
of Roses,
yeah.
type thing.
Game of Thrones
It's
type
very
situation.
much like especially the later on it goes. I'm like, this is just
Game of Thrones.
Game of
space.
Thrones and space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
With spice.
Robot pet lizards are forbidden, which
Yes.
we talk about the war, so it makes sense.
yeah.
All, all like machines that are entirely automated,
Mm-hmm.
even if they don't have AI, if they're just entirely, they're completely forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mind melding a child, because Ragnar said, "Fuck that kid."
Oh, mind melting.
Melting.
I heard.
I think
melding.
I did.
I
I
heard
did say
melding.
melding,
I heard
but I
melding, and I was like,
Like Spock.
I didn't enunciate the T.
Spell.
I lost that in
Spelling.
1776.
Melting.
Thank you for
Wow.
chuckling.
I hate you.
Wow. Wow.
yeah. He did.
As long as one person laughs, I don't care.
he totally murked that kid.
Yeah, he did.
was like,
Yeah.
He did, like burned them alive.
Oh yeah.
It's real bad.
Immolate.
I timed another sex scene.
I did.
How long was it?
It was 2
Private.
minutes.
Which one's this one?
It's the one where the
It's
sister
the
is trying.
bastard. Was
Yeah,
it
the bastard. It was the bastard and the sister of the brother that got married. She was trying to get information out of him.
Yeah. So this is just the episode where I
was the
realized
big
that you
round
have this
bed.
whole like
Of the
thing.
Of
the
like
princess's brother.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Okay.
princess.
half brother.
Okay, half brother. Yeah.
The princess's half brother is sleeping with the boy that got married.
Yeah.
He has a sister.
Oh, that was I missed that part.
That was the sister,
I think I think
and she was trying to get information about who
Yeah.
killed
That sounds right.
the brother.
Yeah. Okay. That's sexy. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it was 2 minutes of sex and then 30 seconds of talking, and I was
It
like,
seemed longer.
You could have showed her covered up at the end and had the conversation, and you would have been like, "Oh yeah, they had sex."
But it's HBO, so we must have gratuitous sex.
I don't need it.
That's been their MO from the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really has.
it's to be expected.
Yeah.
It's come to be expected.
Atreides, more like a traitorese. That one made me chuckle to myself in my room at St. Louis.
I'm glad. That's a really bad joke. But
It is. I love it. It's a shitty pun. That's
Maybe
for
you
sure.
should stay off all that caffeine.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That was late at night. This was Delulu typings at this point.
That's fair. I feel like that's pretty representative of the bullet points, too. So,
Spooky ghost swallowing the woman whole. I don't remember this part.
Was this?
I have
I'm
no
not
idea.
going to lie.
It would have
When,
been one of the visions.
Was it the vision or when the one Valia told her to kill herself and inhabited the is it her daughter?
Granddaughter.
No, her daughter.
No, yeah, he's right. I think
Yeah.
he's right. I think it's
her
whenever
daughter.
they're sending it's either daughter or granddaughter.
Well, okay, so it's where it's confusing because it's the original one with Valia, the one that's Reverend Mother in the flashback when she's a kid,
Yeah.
or a child.
You're correct.
That's the grandmother of the
The one that was on her deathbed.
yes. That's the grandmother, sorry, of the
And then the one she had.
one that goes in the coma.
And then the one that Valia told to kill herself is
It's
the
her.
daughter of the one that was on her deathbed.
Yeah.
And then the one that
Okay,
was
I'm following
possessed
now.
later on
Yes.
Yeah.
Follow.
was
That's
the granddaughter of the one that was on deathbed.
Yes. The one that wanted Valia to take over.
Yeah. So it would have been her mother that
Yes.
possessed her, which eat her or whatever
Yeah.
weird thing happened.
Well, it was like they just swallowed her in that scene.
nah, your next bullet made me giggle a little bit. Now, drive it into your throat. No thanks. Hee hee.
Because that's essentially what it was. He laughed and walked away.
he did have like he had like a tee smirk on his
Yeah,
face.
he had a shit-eating grin on his face of like, too bad it's sad, bitch.
Didn't work on me. I'm immune to
It was
the
like
voice.
Cupid Cartman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you want?
What you want?
That's whatever they're at. I couldn't help but think meat, even though they didn't say it.
Okay.
They said what you want, and then they're serving it to people, and it's nothing but like whale was all they had there. So I'm sitting there thinking, why are you asking what do you want? Bitch, your option is whale.
Well, it could be light meat or dark meat. I don't know if what whale has light meat or dark meat.
Do you want blubber or do you want meat?
Yeah.
Take the piece and figure it out.
Could be some seal or some penguin,
They have some duck,
some goose.
Some narwhal.
some
Narwhal.
Some nards.
Yeah, like
Or-
Are we talking Rocky Mountain oysters?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
very
okay.
possible.
not from people.
And then there's
That would be
flashback.
strange.
There's flashback of the Harkonnen sister with the horse dying, and she's like, no, don't kill it. Let me kill it for no fucking reason.
I have no idea.
I can
what you
think
speak.
it's she. Whenever so they're in the woods. She's in the woods with all the Atreides that are doing their hunting party.
Yeah.
One of the horses breaks its legs, and they go to kill it, like one of the Atreides. And she goes, no, wait, I'll take care of it. And she runs back to the camp, gets some poison, and gives it to the horse. And it was like, you probably didn't change much, because I don't remember her saying anything about the poison having
I do actually remember that
Yeah.
scene.
As far as I knew, it was just poison. It was a fast-acting poison, not necessarily a like.
I wonder if it's supposed to be more framed as like it's supposed to be medicine, but I was too late. I don't know.
I don't know. It just felt weird to me. It looked weird. Next up is 10 million Solari. That's at least $3.
Yeah, you are probably correct.
I don't even remember who got.
High likelihood that you are correct.
Yeah,
10 million Solari. Would that be?
$6.95.
I'm trying to think of who is what this is in reference to.
$9.99. Buy now.
About 350.
$3.50.
I don't remember what it is in reference to.
What?
The 10 million Solari.
Where does this happen in the show?
Yeah.
They
I'm trying to
somebody offers somebody 10 million Solari for something.
I'm trying to think of what.
I think
To kill Hart?
Was it an offer to the Harkonnen, like the little ratty guy?
I don't.
The little finger guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tool.
I would lie to you if I told you. I don't remember it. I just remember hearing 10 million
wrote this.
Solari. I did. That doesn't mean I remember the show.
Many moons ago.
It was like
2 weeks.
That's many.
16 moons ago.
That's many. It's more than a few.
That is true. Weird drawings while moaning. So they're giving them the visions and letting them draw it, and they're all moaning for some reason.
I do that.
Do you?
Oh, this is where they're drawing the
No, I
black.
don't.
It's like, well, I,
I
didn't
looked
know.
over really concerned for a second. I was like, what?
I didn't know if you were going to try and plug your Twitch channel. I didn't know if you were going to try to plug your Twitch channel, not do Ross.
Not to Ross. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really do it anymore. So it's okay.
The moaning it just felt unauthentic now.
Well, that's what happens when you get kicked off Twitch. So I mean,
You always go to kick.
That's true.
well, I wasn't wearing clothes, so it's
You can definitely
That's
go
when
to
you
kick.
go to OnlyFans. What's wrong with you?
only pants.
Only pants. Yeah.
Only pants.
Yeah. So that was in reference to them drawing Shai Hulud,
Yeah.
the black
Yeah,
hole.
yeah. And they were just moaning, eyes closed, moaning the whole time. And I was like, it was one of those things where I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, if Samantha walked into the room right now,
She's like, what the fuck's going on?
I would be in trouble.
It
Just
is-
from the noise alone,
it
she
is-
would think I'm watching
It is
something. I
just
shouldn't
a group of women moaning
be. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
with their eyes closed.
Yeah.
And they're like,
and this sort of thing is like it's like a trope for witchcraft.
Yeah.
because they are technically witches. Kind of.
Then we find out that killing people is actually killing Ragnar.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything about learning about that because I wanted Ragnar to be dead.
No, I never wanted him to die. I enjoyed his character on screen all the time.
No, I don't think
Yes,
so.
I love it. It's just I like him being this little chaos gremlin.
It is great.
It makes for enjoyable television.
And then I also put shapeshifters ? Because
Shapeshifters.
That's
she
one
is-
of their powers?
One of them. Is that her race?
One of the sisters.
I don't know if it's her race or if her.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it might be a power that she developed. I don't know. Yeah. What?
this is my favorite line that I wrote down. Mark Strong, you cheating some bitch. Because the sister comes back and he starts kissing her. I need to
Yeah.
clarify that's the sister.
Not his
It's
sister?
his sister.
Like the nun sister. Like one of the
Space
witch
Alabama?
sisters. There we go.
Yeah.
Space hell.
Space Joe Dirt. It's just,
Space roll tide.
I'm your sister. I'm your sister.
Let's be honest. It wouldn't be that far of a path for like Game of Thrones.
No, it wouldn't at all.
Would it have phased me if they were related? Absolutely not.
no. As far as I
You're
know
like-
from Game of Thrones, you were looking forward to those parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like, I still
Well,
watch it.
mostly Hot D, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because Jared's motto for watching shows is if it's twincest, it's wincest.
Can't spell twincest without
wincest.
If you can't
True.
keep it in your pants, if you can't keep it in your pants, keep it in your family.
Sure.
Is an actual phrase that I have said to my sister before, jokingly.
Wow.
So
Jokingly.
every woman apparently has powers. I wrote this and then it was explained at some point
Yeah. No, that's how it works.
because the sister just magically has powers as well. And then it come to find out that she was bred
Yes.
to have those magical powers.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the AI that they have in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, is because they were planning out
Yes. How
who
to
they would set up with whom so that they could breed people to have powers.
Well, they can breed his cataract or what.
It's a Saturac.
Whatever. So they can breed Paul Atreides.
So they can breed a Cadillac, is what
Yes,
I just got out of
His
that.
knack patty whack.
It's something like that.
give a dog a bone.
His I forget how you said it.
What is
wanted-
it?
I forget. Hey, it's his Dak. I don't remember.
It's
It doesn't matter. We don't have to say it. It's not real.
He makes them so hard to pronounce.
He does.
Yeah.
There's a whole new people that we haven't even got to that are probably gonna be in season 2 that I have no idea how to say their fucking name.
Then there is Ragnar Atreides Harkonnen because we find
yeah.
out he's both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
And he has powers.
I agree. And his powers. But that was because he was swallowed by a worm,
Yeah, maybe.
allegedly.
It is alleged. We don't actually know if it gets swallowed by a worm.
Then I wrote, yeah, because taking on a virus always ends well.
I mean, Vox Machina with the big gold dragon taking on the virus is kind of an example of why you don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I think you're thinking of Secret Level.
Secret level.
You
Was
said
it
Vox
Secret
Machina.
Level?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, it was. It was
Yeah.
the D&D one.
Yeah,
Never.
it turned into Tiamat.
I don't know. It was some
Yeah.
fucking dragon, and I was close. Leave me alone.
It was some D&D bullshit happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Bam. Yeah.
Is there a difference in metacyanide versus regular cyanide?
Metacyanide kills the viewer.
Thank God. Can I also get eye bleach while we're at it?
I don't know. Is that they say something on
I thought they said
metacyanide?
mega cyanide.
No. I had subtitles on because I watch with subtitles now. It
you're-
absolutely said meta
But
cyanide.
wait, you can't read.
Words make sense in
But
head.
they're pretty shapes.
It's all an act.
But you can't read. The eye.
He doesn't read. Sam reads the subtitles
Yeah.
to him.
That's fair. Okay.
I
But
just
he
if
was
I
in-
hear something that I'm not 100% sure on, I go, "Hey, what'd that say?"
Ethan just rolls it back.
Sword.
Sword. The eye thing bothered me. I think at some point they cut out.
Somebody's eye.
No. There's a scene where it shows Ragnar in the worm,
Yeah.
and they pull out his
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I don't like that. I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I remember
'cause
that.
I don't.
Like you see it from his view, I think.
Yeah, it's like he's like on the operating table. He's like, look up, and they're like,
Yeah. You see them like grab his eye, and then you just watch like as the other eye sees the socket come out.
it's flushed
essentially.
up.
It was. Ugh.
No thanks.
And more seasons, which Jared just said in season 2. So
I
we know
don't
there's
know-
going to be
I
more.
don't know. if
Oh,
there's
we don't know.
season 2. I'm assuming. I didn't actually look that up. I'm just assuming.
I can't find anything if metacyanide actually means anything, or if it's just another like
More
made up
complex form
thing.
of
It
Yeah.
probably is made up
cyanide.
thing.
Yeah, but they have candles.
They have-
Poison Candle Company sells candles with metacyanide scent. Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Christmas tree, holly berry, and cinnamon stick. That doesn't sound poisonous.
For
is
when
not.
you want to light a candle and kill your family at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bourbon
Been
vanilla
there,
Christmas
wanted
tree.
that.
How the fuck do you think you pronounce that word?
Bane ATLX.
Yeah, something like that. That's who probably was taking his eye out.
Also,
So-
we just ruined the charade that I can not read.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just showed me a word, and I feel like I pronounced that fairly
I
well.
have no idea.
Fairly
I
well.
didn't see it, but I would assume yes.
It was
because
either
it's a fairly
Bane or
complex word.
it was either Bane or they're going to go with
No,
Ben.
Benny. It's Benny.
Bene.
Well, it's like Benny
It's
Gesserit.
Bene.
Ah, that makes sense.
No, the second word.
Bene.
Tiliax?
Yeah.
That's essentially what I said.
Sure.
Tiliax?
Sure. I have no
Now
idea.
we get to move on to the ratings. Rotten Tomato gave it a 70% tomato meter and a 64% popcorn meter. IMDb, this is a fun note. As I was looking up on my computer, your computer will show you top rated out to the side. It had top rated next to every single episode. It's like, that's not what that word means.
They're all tied. They're
Yeah.
all my favorite.
That's basically what it said. The season was rated a 7.3 out of 10 with 45,000 reviews. Episode 1 is a 7.5 out of 10 with 7,000 reviews. Episode 2 is a 7.7 with 5.4 thousand reviews. Episode 3 is a 7.4 with 4.4 thousand reviews. Episode 4 is a 7.8 with 3.8 thousand reviews. Episode 5 is a 7.6 with 3.3 thousand reviews, and episode 6 is an 8.1 with 4,000 reviews. Roll that dice so we can get ours on.
Fowa.
That's you.
Me. I'll go with the neutral 5 because I paid attention, but not really, because this is again the same time frame that I was working a lot at work. So I was paying attention, but not really. The Game of Thrones thing kind of kills me. I wasn't a massive fan of Game of Thrones, and it kind of gave me the same feel. So maybe season 2 will change my mind
If there is one.
if there is one. Do well.
That's me. I'll give it a 7.7. I liked it only slightly more than Skeleton Crew. Granted, I was watching both around the same time, so I kind of watched them back to back. It wasn't great by any means, but it wasn't terrible.
It was renewed for season 2.
Was it me?
Yep.
4. Yeah, okay. I'll give it probably, I'll say 8.3 or 8.4, I would say. I actually really enjoyed it. It was really good. I think they did a good job with their visuals and the design of like the different places. I thought that was really cool.
And I'm last, and Ethan, you get the distinction of being the highest person to rate something this episode. I'm going to go with 8.25. No, it happens. It's happened. 8.25. It was
That's what you
good.
gave them?
Yes. Well, I wrote that one down about 3 months ago, so
Oh, okay.
it predated it. Yeah, it was good. I'm like Ethan. I liked it. It was, that's right around like when we had like the Dune kick. We rewatched, or I rewatched part 2 to do the episode for the show. I was like, ooh, more Dune. Yeah, it's good.
The way I kind of fell with it was I liked it, but if it was never made, wouldn't have been upset about it.
It is not.
Yeah.
I would say not required viewing at the slightest.
That's why it's no higher than 8.5. 8.5 would be like, oh.
Yeah,
You
I
have
can't,
to see this.
I can't rate
have
it
to
any
see
higher than the movies, which I think are just fundamentally better.
Oh yeah, they're great.
But
Which I mean, they also probably have a shitload more money dumped into them
Yes.
as well.
but
I
also,
think the story for this is way less convoluted.
It is.
than the movies.
Yeah,
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a little more streamlined.
also I didn't have super high expectations for the show because I was like, oh boy, because if the Dune lore is just a fucking nightmare.
Shit show.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I was
looked it up. It's Kwisatz Haderach.
Something.
They say it like kids,
Pass
though.
that down. So
Yeah, Kizza.
you got the
Yeah,
damn it.
Touch the
Kwisatz.
screen.
Kwisatz
Touch the
Haderach.
screen.
I can see it.
Oh, well, it's going to turn off otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reset the thing.
Oh,
Sorry. You tapped the Google.
I just
logo.
tapped something.
You tapped the Google logo.
All right. Well, we got anything else we want to say about the show?
Did
You looked it up? Did they have they're renewed for season 2?
It was renewed for season 2.
Good.
That's what I
Probably
thought I heard you say.
26, 2027.
Well, and we have to see the rise of the Harkonnens. So
Yes,
it's-
that
that's
is
gonna be
kind
the
of
next
like
thing.
Yeah.
yeah, the rise of the Harkonnens and kind of like the rise of the Atreides.
Atreides, you have to see
kind of.
both because
They are-
basically the main houses, there's several big houses. There's like quite a few different ones, but there's the two most strongest houses in the galaxy are Harkonnen and Atreides,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to be at odds all the time.
And we find out why in the show.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. But you had something you wanted to bring up at the end of this.
Yeah, what was the
I think she's meaning after it.
Well, I mean, you already talked about it at the beginning. I wanted to talk about the video game and the content creator and what you thought about it.
Oh, okay. I think that the creator was nice. I think that it didn't use a lot of assets, which was interesting. So I'm hoping that they're focusing more on the actual game and the world. Of course, it's just Arrakis, so
Yeah.
it's not got a lot to it outside of
Sand.
some rocks and sand. So I'm hoping that they put a lot into it because the character creator, though it was good, it didn't use a lot of resources. I mean, I was probably sitting at 160 FPS.
You know what I
the
just
whole
sat here
time.
and thought about? I thought about having to walk on the sand and it being a fucking quick time event.
Oh, and you have to like
You have to hit the
That'd be
right
fun.
buttons at the right time.
That'd be funny.
you have to do the time warp.
Yeah.
Let's do the time warp.
Yeah, it's just a step to the left and then a
The
step to
character
right.
that you made didn't look bad by any means.
No, actually, the detail is quite nice. I was
Did you
just
post that
I
in
was,
Discord or did you post it?
I was impressed by
Snapchat.
the.
Okay. I don't have it then.
I was impressed by the quality of like you could see the pores in the skin, and it was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was really nice.
The facial hair didn't look great. To be
No,
honest.
I feel like it's really hard to make facial hair look good sometimes.
There
It's
was-
got hair in general.
It either looks good or god awful.
Yeah.
there was also a short sequence, like opening video montage thing that you got to watch too. What
Basically,
were your
it's like
thoughts on that?
it's like an alternate timeline where you're playing basically Paul Atreides from a different angle, but you're not playing Paul Atreides. You're playing whatever character you've
Yeah.
made.
But his part in the story, essentially, of
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like that.
can you be a Fremen?
The
just-
Fremen are missing is one of the key things to this. So part of the story is figuring out what happens to that I've heard so far. That's all I've seen so far. That was strictly from this opening thing where you're talking to a Bene Gesserit who's making you do the hand in the box thing where he holds the thing to your neck. And
Me just sitting in the desert with the spice addiction.
it was a good
The MMO.
character creator.
Sounds right.
Because it made it part of the story. It was kind of nice.
Gotcha. Okay. That sounds like it'd be fun.
You choose what house you're part of, but they only have like 5 houses, I think, available.
It wasn't a lot. I do know that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else we need to bring up?
Uh,
I'm assuming that's on Steam.
Yes.
Character creator.
Yeah, it's on
The
Steam right now.
demo thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It also will link you some items. So if you do,
If you make a character, you get free items.
you can get some free items.
It's better than Dragon's Dogma.
You just make it and
Yeah.
you're like, all right, bye.
Merry Christmas, bitch.
Pretty
The
much.
only difference was that you get to make both your character and your main follower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, of course, who knows know if you got to keep it because they got this weird disease or whatever that made them want to kill you. Yeah.
In Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah.
I haven't played
I
it
didn't
yet.
even get that far, which I only played it for like 5 hours.
They can. They don't have to. They get it if people pick them up to use in their party.
Yeah.
They can get this weird disease. And then when they come back to you with whatever, they get different personalities.
It's like Pokerus.
They'll like talk back at you, like and insult you and shit. And you know that they're getting. That's how you know you're getting they're getting the disease. It's really interesting
Oh, did I know that?
concept. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that will wrap up everything for Dune Prophecy. We appreciate you guys listening. Use the link in the description to find more of our content. Find us on Discord. Tell us how wrong we are. You could even maybe watch us play video games at some point.
Let us know if you want to see us on YouTube.
Yeah. Like, see us physically.
Yeah.
Because our videos are there. You just can't see nothing.
I don't think they're gonna know if they want to see us or not until they see us.
That's true.
Well, guess what? Go to the TikTok. There's pictures of
Yeah.
all of us on there.
It's true.
Is there?
Yeah.
yeah.
Where'd you get a picture of me?
There's a picture.
Motherfucker, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
We did
picture
it.
of us from when I first came down and recorded
Oh.
last
There's,
year.
there's that
I
whole
thought you were
picture.
just sneaking around
no,
and, like,
there's a picture of
in my living
Hiding,
room,
hiding in your window.
call the police next time.
Then I
Just
pay
come
them
in and
off.
get tea.
Get out of here, Tyler.
Here's your Republic credits and spice. Leave me alone.
And spice. It's both.
Because one currency is useless at this
Yeah,
point.
it's like a fucking MMO. There's 17 different currencies
Yeah.
for
Everything.
And you have to keep up with all
Yeah.
of them because you got to go somewhere else to buy the one thing you need.
Yeah, because the regular gold doesn't work.
your
credits
are no good.
Yeah. Thanks, Watto. He's the one that created this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Watto
Fucking
problem.
Watto.
Fucking Watto. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one.
Deuce.
Eh.